Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Mike for Sim Racing 604. And yes, thank you for tuning in. I know that there's been a lot of open wheel mod reviews lately, but here is another one. And I wouldn't be bringing these to your attention if they were not awesome in their own way. So what are you looking at? You might not instantly recognize this, and even by name, you might not recognize this. So what this is, I'll first and foremost give credit to the modding team. So this is the Exiled Formula Masters 2017. So again, that might not ring a bell, but the description, according to Exiled, the International Formula Master was a supporting series during the European WTCC races from 2007 till 2009. The series was a junior formula series which was thought as a stepping stone into the GP2. The cars were manufactured by Italian-based company Tyres and were comparable to smaller single-seaters like the Formula 3 cars. So long story short, this car had a short series run 10 years ago for just 3 seasons, working behind WTCC, and the drivers would effectively feed into F2. It's very interesting, this series. I honestly had never heard of it. I had to do some research to find out what it was about. But this mod has actually existed for a long time. If you look up Formula Masters, you will see older videos of this. But that was based on an older tire model, and Exiled had not updated it. But they have now, and it is really amazing. So according to the official changelog, they have reworked the aero. They have completely redone the sound. They have working lights. Actually, we can take a look at that because it's kind of cool. Just swing around here. Look at that. Very cool. There's a lot of other major, more well-known mod companies that don't even bother with those lights. So shout out to Exiled. The tire model is V10. Super soft, soft, medium, and hard have been added. They've redone the pit config and added more functionality to it. Traction control and ABS have 4 levels. Tires are on the rim and not floating. Shaders have been reworked. New collider so you can rub frame in between the wheels. I'll say that again. There's a new collider where you can rub frame in between the wheels. That's been a bone of contention for me for a while in some of these open wheel cars, is that you can bump as if they were squares, or cubes I should say. That is not the case with this car. They have done a whole lot with their collider, and there's a 4K template, and there's a whole bunch of cool skins. So I'm going to put the credits in the description to this video, but just thought I would bring this to your attention because, again, I've been praising RSS lately for their amazing work, but there's a lot of lesser known mod teams that are still doing great work, and this is one of those cases. So I took it out onto the track, and it is almost at the RSS F2 level for me. It is much less horsepower. This car has about a 2-to-1 power to weight ratio. So we're talking 280 horsepower compared to 560 kilos weight. So that gives you just over 2-to-1 weight to power. So compared to the F2, those are kind of lighter specs because the F2 is much closer to, I think it's 1.1 or 1.15 power to weight. So a whole lot of horsepower and not much more weight, but this thing nearly keeps up with it on the track, and that is achieved through fantastic aero. This thing feels glued to the track, and I was only about 2 seconds behind my F2 time, which I thought was pretty amazing. So this thing is free, unlike the RSS mod. So if you've joined the discussion at all and made it known that you don't like paying for mods, you now have the option to get a free mod that is on par with the best in the world. I shouldn't say the best in the world. It is on par with a lot of the paid mods, I should say. This thing is very, very good. It's not going to get the notoriety, I'm sure, online that a lot of the other bigger names are. The RSR Formula 3, the Formula Hybrid, that kind of thing, ASR's F2004, that kind of thing. Those have sort of established a foothold and could be considered kind of legendary within Assetto Corsa, whereas this is a new player, and it looks like they're doing kind of a grassroots advertising scheme for it, but nonetheless, this is a wonderful mod, and I'm so glad I stumbled upon it. So you can get out there, you can support these guys. As I said, I will put the link in the description. Please go download it. Please follow them on Facebook. This is wonderful, wonderful work. It's just a blast to drive. The aero is amazing, and even though, like I said, it's you know, about half the horsepower of the F2, it does almost keep up. So that's the second mod review in a row that I've done, the other being the RSS4, where the priority has been handling over just raw power, and I am loving it. I gotta admit, I am loving it. So very, very cool. I'm glad to see they brought this car back, and they've done amazing work with it. So let's jump out there on the track at Imola and enjoy some laps. Credit to these guys. It looks amazing, it drives amazing, and I hope everyone gets out there and downloads it. Thank you so much for watching.